channel here, Ticker Talker, with the Strat Time Report, and what a good day it has been so far. Let's take a look. There's a whole lot of good stuff out there today, but let's stick with the king here. I know, I-N-O, and so what you're going to see here is in the lower middle, right, we had these 2 months that were inside this bar completely, right, and so that's a compound inside bar. So when we take this out, that's an official break on the monthly, right here, above 1692, right? And so as this thing starts gunning, here's your upper left. You can see this daily just gunning out of here. Here's the ways you get in this. Not everybody's going to be a 5-minute specialist, but I'm going to show you how you can be. And you're going to see this. It opens up and then comes down. So right here, if it was going to reverse, it would keep going here, right? And you could take that, but you can also take this back to the upside right here. Down, back up, boom. Now, as it chops around in here, one of the ways we use a PSAR, and this is a parabolic stop and reverse for things that are really moving, is that it can tell you how to get back in, when to look for something to get back in. So what it does is it follows the price up in here, right? And then as it stops out, it goes up and the dots will appear on the higher end, right? What that tells you when you have something strong, now you want to look for a buy signal right here. You see how that looks like this? The 2 down, we call that triangle layout, and off she goes. Then it does it up in here again, but it's still above this, all right? So if you're still in there, or even if you got cut here, you can see this right here. This is an inside bar. Down, inside, back up. Then it comes back down here, stops them out, and then here. The 2 up, the 2 down, and back you're in again. If you go to a 30-minute chart, what that also is going to trigger is this. See this inside bar? It tried to come down, right? But once this goes green, we know outside bars exist, and this is a strong stock. This is going to take this thing out for sure. Boom, off she goes and still going. I-N-O, just beautiful. We also have, we know we've been watching the bios. IBB and IBB. Just have another day upper left. You can see this here. It's the hanging man. No, it's not. Momo Hammer, baby. Anybody got short this thing yesterday, got squeezed out into here this morning. So that tells us to go look around in there. We got ARWR here. And we don't have to stay on the, see if we get anything on the 60s. ARWR, and you can see this here on the lower middle. This is an inside month that poked down. And as soon as this thing goes green, we're looking for outside. Boom, 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 right? And here she goes. Nice day like that. Might have to go down to a faster thing to get in. Here you go. Right here. Lower left. You see this inside 15? You're in. Right there. Oh, I forgot about the SPY. Let's look at the SPY. So, SPY, what do we know about the SPY here? Is we're still looking to see if we can take last week's highs out. We haven't done that. Here. Right here. We still need 315.64 to get out of there. So we gap up. And now if you go to the lower left, what you're going to see here is inside on the 60 after an outside bar. Here, and I'll blow that up so you can see it lower left. Here. And so when you have an outside bar, we know that's a broadening formation on a shorter time frame, right? So if you go to a 5-minute, you're going to see this. And this is how price discovery works. See this? I'll get rid of the PSAR for you. Okay. Like so. Higher highs, lower lows, higher highs, and then it'll start it over again and chop them up in here until you can get out of here. You see how this is just chopping them up like good until you can break this inside 60 on either side, right? So the diamonds are doing that as well, so we're just kind of sitting here broader average. The Qs has really been where it's been at. QQQ here. As the Q's taking care of business here, right? Taking out that and going into the highs. So we know that those bios, so a couple other to keep an eye on. AGIO. And AGIO, let's see if that sets up again. And so if we go here, let's go on shorter time frame. Here's what we're looking at AG and IO. You see this? Inside week to the upside after an outside week, right? So that tells us we're going to look to going up to at least here and try and get out of this inside month. It's still an inside month in the lower middle, but with these bios on the move, we can see if we can take care of that, take care of business on that. Might even keep an eye on ALKS. Here, going inside on the 30 over here in ALKS, once again, lower middle, you're going to see these 2 months inside of this. So this is an inside month break of these two coming up. So we'll see. It's a little bottom picker, but we'll see. The big boys, Amazon. And Amazon here is inside weak to the upside in the upper middle, right? Have I talked about that? I did, weekend video and yesterday. Then if you go down to the lower left, if you're on a 15-minute chart, this is also an inside year and up for Amazon. And here's your inside 15er to get in, right there. And off she goes. Inside 15 reconfirms inside week and inside year to the upside. Facebook. And Facebook, just a little bit of an inside day to the upside. Nothing too tremendous just yet, but we'll see. We like to have them inside, maybe 460 there. NVIDIA. And NVIDIA, once again, if we've been looking for this, we have, because the upper middle, the inside weak to the upside, over 377.80. There you go, 385 and going. Let's see if we can get another good signal out of that. Have a nice third here. And we'll see right now, just walking up. Spotify. And Spotify now going to come in a little bit here, but you can see nice long green month in the middle, and that's what we like, and continuation on the week, continuation on the day, and then here, if you go down to a 15er, you're going to see this. This is something you definitely want to look for. The hammer counters the shooting star. Stop out these guys, stop out the tight stops, and then real move. Boom. And so when I talk about outside bars, there's going to be compound outside bars. And what I mean by that is if you look at this and that, or an outside bar of that. And so when this reversal occurs, our magnitude is to take that out. And when you trade with full time frame continuity to the upside, all these things are green, more good things tend to happen. Right now it's reversing here. And so on a short term basis, if you were going to play this for exhaustion after catching all the big up move, for the next 60 minutes, this would be a reversal below 253.05. And it's there, and you do that with their money. Right? So we usually don't open positions doing that, but if you just made a bunch of money on the upside, 10 bucks or whatever on the upside, you can risk that on the downside and take the short. Why not? If we go to edit is another one here in the bios. Edit now, relaxing on the 60 a bit. But once again, if I pointed this out to you many times, right? You see this inside bar? And then it pokes down and comes back, RevStrat style. It's going to take care of these guys, right? And what it does, it reconfirms the same pattern on the weekly. See that? Okay. And you had an outside bar magnitude going to here. It already did that, and it's following through. So we'll see if that continues. Etsy. A lot of good stuff out there. And Etsy stalling out here on the 60 as well. But we'll see how that goes. So Etsy, just still bright green on here, and you can see this. Talk about that, Momo Hammer. Right? So anybody who's just got short in here is like, I think it's going to come right back in. Then they meet real buyers here. And when this works, real buyers and short sellers getting stopped out, more often than not, it's going to go out on the highs, right? And then we don't know because you blew out a lot of guys out in here, and that's where it's stalling out in there a little bit. STAA. STAA Ripper. Talked about this yesterday, still going, and just had, what's this? Lower left. Inside 60 to the upside. So we'll see if that resets up again. Nice mover here, and you can see this. Look at this. Inside day to the upside 3 days ago. Boom, that's nice. Also, last week you can see upper middle, that inside week. All that kind of good stuff. Texas Instruments with NVIDIA and the SMH. Texas Instruments doing this, and this is a pattern you want to look for. Upper left. Outside bar countered with hammer, 2-2 reversal back through. Because this is a broadening formation, if we don't have a reversal, these two will then be an outside bar of this once we can get Texas Instruments up over 128.24. Because if you go lower middle, Texas Instruments is also inside month to the upside here. With LRCX here and LRCX, you can see what we look for here. Kind of stalled out a little bit, but on the 60 lower middle, goes up, 2 down, right there. And then this is going to be an outside bar of this. You see how that did that? And so on the daily, we want to stay above this upper left. 2 up, 2 down, 2 back up. Over 314.84, right? To try and see if we can keep this thing going with NXPI. Here, lower middle, you can see inside month to the upside, right? And then you wait for that corrective action on the daily up here, upper left. Takes out the highs, takes out the lows. Now let's continue and make these guys an outside bar, right? So looking to take out 121.68. Let's see if we can do it. I know goes to the highs. And so a lot of times people will get out of something and pat themselves on the back and not stay on these things, right? Get. This thing's still good. All right, let's go to a 3 minute anyway on this thing. Here you go. Once again, on the 3 minute, outside bar pokes down 2-2 reversal. Where's our magnitude? We're going to take this out. These become an outside bar of that. Then if you do that, right, you can go directional and take this inside 3 to the upside and add to it. If it doesn't go, just get out. But if it does, now you got more and you're going straight into the highs. Can you dig it? I knew that you could. Let's take it UPS. And UPS stalling out a little bit here on the inside 30. I mean, here, this is what we look for. Down, lower, middle. And we've got inside month to the upside. Right, so we want to reconfirm that by being green on all time frames. And once again, on the daily upper left, 2 up, 2 down, boom. These guys are an outside bar of that. We got TTD coming up. And TTD, just nice bright green month. That's what you look for. And just a continuation here, still going. Not inside, but just kept powering into the high. So you got a little bit of exhaustion risk. But we just like to look for them. Strength. We got ZM waking up a little bit. We'll see. ZM still inside day for right now, but we'll keep an eye on it just because, once again, lower middle, that inside to the upside. On the downside, Pandemic Airlines. So you got American Airlines, and here's what we look for here. All the airlines were inside week last week. A lot of inside week here in the upper middle. So when it breaks this here, you're in. All right, when you get down below 1508. So now we can look for more things. It's kind of stalling out. You can see in here on the lower left, like so, but we'll see if we get inside 60 to the downside. United Airlines having some problems here, right? And you can see that trying to take out that week in the upper middle, right? And so we'll see if those all kind of go together. Spirit Airlines. Here we'll see if they get these intraday signals. Spirit, we still need some time to go. Inside week and down would be below 1685. So you still have some room on that. I know goes to the highs. Let's not forget about the King Apple. Still going. And it's still going. So this thing's been a little quick. But here you can see this right here. We know outside bars exist. So when this pokes down and goes green, this is going to go outside of that. You see that? Wouldn't surprise me if we got a nice little fiver in there, like so. Here, you see this? Boom. And off she goes, and here's that outside, 2, boom, becomes an outside bar of that and still going. Utilities having some problems here. XLU, and XLU, here, potential outside day or compound outside day. Once you start coming into this stuff, we know we got some potential problems on that. So you can look at stuff like NEE, usual suspects, potential outside day. How about Dominion? Still inside day. How about Duke? Duke and Duke Power. Okay, so, and you can see here in the lower middle, inside month and then coming back through and changing red. That's bad. That's bad. So maybe get those outside months. We got Beyond the Meat here doing this. Upper left. Inside day to the downside. And the reason that's important is because it's a Tuesday, right? So an inside day on Monday, that's indecision. They hadn't made a decision yet. Because either way, the weekly in the middle, that's either going to be green or red when this thing breaks, right? So that breaks right here. Below 158.60, trading 153.10. Not bad. Let's see if there's any 60 for you. Yeah, right now it's trying to reconfirm that with the inside 60 down here. Below 153.36, it's there right now. We'll see if it can stay down there. I know goes to the highs. Do you really need anything else? Well, why not? Let's get them all. LHX, this was in my weekend video, and one of the things we look for here, once again, in the middle of that month, was an inside month and now coming back through red, right? And if we look at the broadening formation here on the weekly, it would look like this here. Because this is an outside bar of that. And once we start puking, we want to come down and take this out. So you already got your outside day, it looks like, on here. Here's the extension on the 60, the outside bar, then boom, right? That means they're willing to pay up and sell down, and they kept doing it. NVAX coming up here a little bit. Just keeping an eye. There's a lot going on in this tape. And NVAX on the daily, here's that outside bar. Momo hammer going into the highs, all right? taking care of business. Last week's Inside Week and Up, you might recall that. Just running out of time, so we'll go to maybe some to Boeing. We're going to give it after some pandemia. Still Inside Weeker, so we'll pay attention to that Inside Week. But right now, it's the I Know Show, and keeping an eye on the tape for anything hitting new highs in these biotechs. And then as far as the S&P Spider, mind this 60 break. That's going to be important going forward. All right, that's going to do it for today. If you want to come trade with us and do this kind of stuff, come see me at the Smith and the Black channel here at Ticker Tacker. That's going to do it for today for the Strat Time Report.